Okay, so if you have been looking for a way to give a life to your player, or a way for you to just drain somebody's health, which is really in real life it's not moral or it's not good, but inside the game anyways, look nowhere because this is the video for you. In this video, we're going to be covering a life bar for this good looking guy wearing a tuxedo. Yes, this guy with the black tuxedo. So um what we're going to do now is we're going to create a life bar for this person, which is our capsule. So I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this to our player. So right here we go under our player, we right click, enter our UI and select image, which we're going to reset the image position. Also this canvas, we're going to select this and change this to world space and reset this transform, which should be nice. So to our image now, I'm going to scale this. Then let me drag it down. I don't have any default scale to say, so I'm just going to be to size it until it fits. So let's drag this. Let's drag it. It's still too big. Well, let's try 5. And then my height, let me set this to 2. This is almost good enough. I think the height is a bit too much, so let's set this to 1, which is nice. And this should be something like 4. Let's use 0.5. Nice. So this is going to be our health bar. So we drag this just above my Y position, slightly above our capsule. It's something like 1.8. So let me use 1.5. This should be good. And for our X position, we're going to go more towards the left, around there. Let me try 0. Good. So this is good enough. I think the width is still far too much, so let's use 3 or 2. 3 is okay. So this should do it. And I'm going to duplicate this image. So let me rename this image BG, or let me call it health BG. Health BG should be okay. Let me right click or and duplicate or control D, whichever one. So this would be the main health. And right now there is no way for us to access this health. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and create an image for this game object using our 2D graphics software. So I'll be using Photoshop anyways. Let me put in Photoshop, and this is my default background for Photoshop. So let me unlock this. After doing that, I'm going to resize this canvas because this is way big. So I'm going to come into my image, select canvas size, and I'm using inches, but you can use whichever one is good for you. And for my width, I'm going to set it to something like 4. For the height, it's going to be 1. So let me try this now. Proceed. This should be okay. So let's create another layer. holding down control and clicking this layer, this picture over here, or this icon for creating a new layer. And then I'm going to hit W. It's going to bring this tool up for me. This tool, let's see, this quick selection tool. Okay, so let me put this active. It seems it cannot hold on to an empty layer, so let me put this active and then select everything. And what I'll do now is I'm going to hit my G, which will bring out my paint bucket tool. I'm going to select the color. I'll use something like purple. I'm going to do click on the background and hit Ctrl J to duplicate this, and this is the one which we are going to be using. So I'm not going to export this because it's just going to be another tedious work. What I'll do is I will come into my file, go to save as, then I'm going to locate the folder which I'm doing this. I have my Unity scene, and this would be inside my tooth. You can see document, tooth, assets, and for the scene. Or I can just save it over here since we have no folder for our UI yet. Let's call this health. Enter. And now if I should go back into my Unity, it's going to take a bit of time to import. You can see it's telling me to hold on. There it is. So our health background is available, but it's in the form of a texture or a 2D object which Unity doesn't understand. So let me left click this, and inside my inspector I'm going to change the texture type from default to 2D and sprite 2D and UI. I'm not going to change any other thing. Everything is okay. So I'm going to apply this. There we go. So application successful. Let's go back into the health PG. Let me drag my main health and put it under this, so in case we are moving, they move together. So next would be to drag my UI, select the health PG and drag this UI sprite into it. That'll be our background. And lastly, this health also, I'm going to select it and drag it onto the sprite, and you can see without anything the health bar has already changed, which is good for us. Now what we do is change the color of this. So let's make this feel like it's an actual health bar. I think this is dark red. No, blue. No, let's use red. So you can see it's kind of like dark red or something like that. And then you can see that other options come to our rescue. This image type wasn't there before. Use sprite mesh and this preserve aspect, they all were not there before. But what I'm going to be using is this image type. From simple, I'm going to select this and choose field. So this is our health, and it's set to 1. So it's a float value which ranges from 0 to 1. But right now you can see that the health, instead of moving on the horizontal axis, it's kind of rotating almost like a circle. So we're going to change this from radical 360 to horizontal. And now if I should reduce this, you can see our health bar is almost done. It's going down. I think this so let's go back to our health PG. Let's also color this, and let's choose something like a green or so. Let me see if this will do. It's kind of dark. Mm, you know what we'll do? Let me change the color of this. Something dark. And see if it helps in any way. So that one is dark, and this one maybe green or blue. So they are both dark colors. But I think this should be okay. You should be able to see through these colors unless there's some kind of condition which doesn't allow you to. Let's minimize this. So next would be to create a C# script, and this script is going to be our health. So let me right click, select create C# script, and I'll call this my health. This is wrong, so let me still rename this. Let me add my H. So this is okay. So let me double click this, and I'll see you in Visual Studio. What we can do now is we can copy this using Unity Engine. Let's copy this, put this line down here, and add .ui. It should be okay. So now I'm going to create a couple of variables as usual. First would be an image. So this would be a public image. It's going to be called my health. Next would be a float. This is going to be the current health. This would be the current health. And finally, this is going to be another float, which is going to be my max health. And I'm going to set this to 100. So inside my start function, what I'm going to do is set my current health would be equal to my max health, which is okay. And then inside my update, what I'll do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to check if I'm pressing a key, input dot get mouse button down. This would be my 0. And I want to execute this function. So what I would do now is I'm going to call another method which I'm going to create. So this is going to be my my kill. So this would be kill, and then inside this I'm going to set an amount of damage which would be taken. So this would be 20, and just below the update, what we do is create another void, public void. This would be my kill, and inside this there will be an integer which would be the damage. And when this function is called, the thing that is going to happen is from my current health, I'm going to subtract this damage, and then the next thing would be to update my image health. So this would be my health. which is our image dot fill amount. This would be equal to my current health divided by my max health. So let's save this and go back and arrange this into max health with lowercase. So let's save this now. So without any further errors, we can select our player and drag our health onto the player. That's this guy in the tuxedo. And let's go down where it says image. Let's select our health. Let's drag our health onto it. So this should be it. So let's check this health PG, and we can set this color back to white, which was dark. Make sure you set your color back to white. I think I did this already, and then you can find something just worth it. Part of my Unity assets is this platform white, so that's the one I chose so that we could differentiate, and I think that should be all. If you don't have this, all you can do is create. If you don't have this, all you can do is create yours using Photoshop, the same method we used to create this purple health bar. So that should be it. Now let's test the game. So now you can see my health bar is going down up to when it reaches 0, and then there's a minus with a null reference, which is not what we want. But you know how it is anyways. If it's up to 0, then you can call some kind of die function, and that should be all. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I hope I see you in my next video.